The iconic Lethal Weapon franchise will reportedly return to the big screen after a 20-year hiatus, promising to bring the same explosive action, hilarious banter, and heart-pumping drama that fans have come to love. But what can we expect from the fifth installment of this banger? From the limited details that have been released so far, we know that original stars Mel Gibson and Danny Glover will reprise their roles as Martin Riggs and Roger Murtaugh, respectively. The plot will reportedly follow the aging detectives as they take on a new case that will test their skills and their friendship like never before. But with rumors swirling about new cast members, plot twists, and unexpected turns, the true nature of Lethal Weapon 5 remains shrouded in mystery. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and get ready for the ride of your life. Lethal Weapon 5 is sure to deliver all the thrills and excitement that fans have been craving, and so much more. In this video, we will discuss everything, starting from its release date, expected cast members, to a possible plot. But before we begin, make sure you have subscribed to our channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon to keep yourself updated with our regular uploads. The fifth part could be released anytime by 2024. In 2011, Warner Bros. Finally decided to go for a reboot. In 2020, the fifth movie was finally confirmed. It is set to have a storyline stronger than ever. The franchise comprises 4 movies, each with its unique plot, release date, and box office collection. Let's take a closer look at each movie in the Lethal Weapon series. Lethal Weapon 1987. The cast of the movie series comprises Mel Gibson as Martin Riggs, Danny Glover as Roger Murtaugh, Gary Busey as Joshua, Mitchell Ryan as General Peter McAllister, Tom Atkins as Michael Hunsaker, and Darlene Love as Trish Murtaugh. The first movie in the series was released in 1987 and directed by Richard Donner. It features 2 Los Angeles police detectives, Martin Riggs, Mel Gibson, and Roger Murtaugh, Danny Glover, who are paired up for the first time to solve a high-profile case. Riggs is a former Special Forces soldier dealing with the loss of his wife, while Murtaugh is a middle-aged family man who is just trying to make it to retirement without any more excitement. The 2 cops have to work together to take down a drug trafficking ring, leading to high-octane car chases and shootouts. The film was a commercial and critical success, grossing $120.2 million worldwide on a budget of $15 million. Lethal Weapon 2, 1989. The second installment in the franchise was released in 1989, once again directed by Richard Donner. It features Joe Pesci as Leo Getz, Joss Ackland as Arjen Rudd, Derek O'Connor as Peter Vorstedt, and Patsy Kensit as Rika Vandenhaas as the new cast members apart from the usuals. It follows Riggs and Murtaugh as they investigate a South African diplomat who is involved in illegal activities. The plot is more complex than the first film, introducing political intrigue and multiple villains. The movie was praised for its impressive action sequences, witty banter between the lead actors, and strong chemistry between Riggs and Murtaugh. Lethal Weapon 2 was even more successful than its predecessor, grossing $227.9 million worldwide on a budget of $35 million. Lethal Weapon 3, 1992. Released in 1992, Lethal Weapon 3 is the third installment in the series, once again directed by Richard Donner. The plot centers around Riggs and Murtaugh as they try to bring down a former LAPD officer who is selling guns illegally. In this movie, we see the characters' relationships develop further, with Murtaugh's daughter becoming romantically involved with Riggs. The movie was praised for its comedic moments, thrilling action sequences, and strong performances by the lead actors. It was another commercial success, grossing $321.7 million worldwide on a budget of $35 million. Lethal Weapon 4, 1998. The fourth and final movie in the franchise was released in 1998, directed by Richard Donner. The plot revolves around Riggs and Murtaugh as they investigate a Chinese organized crime ring in Los Angeles. The film introduces a new character, Leo Getz, Joe Pesci, who is a private investigator. The addition of Leo adds a new dynamic to the series, providing comic relief in intense situations. The movie was criticized for its reliance on cheap humor and over-the-top action sequences, but it still managed to gross $285.4 million worldwide on a budget of $100 million. The Lethal Weapon franchise is a classic series of action movies that have stood the test of time. The chemistry between Mel Gibson and Danny Glover as Riggs and Murtaugh was electric, and the action sequences were thrilling and intense. Each movie in the series had its unique plot, with the characters growing and developing throughout. The Lethal Weapon series has grossed a total of $955.2 million worldwide, making it one of the most successful action movie franchises of all time. The Lethal Weapon movies featured a talented cast of actors who brought the characters to life on the big screen, making the Lethal Weapon movies a memorable experience for viewers. The chemistry between Mel Gibson and Danny Glover as Riggs and Murtaugh was particularly notable, as their banter and friendship evolved throughout the series. There have been several speculas about the fifth installment. The movie could pick up several years after the events of Lethal Weapon 4, with Martin Riggs and Roger Murtaugh now retired from the LAPD. However, the two aging cops are drawn back into action when a new threat emerges in Los Angeles. This new threat could be a powerful and ruthless drug lord who has been causing chaos in the city, or a terrorist group planning a large-scale attack. Whatever the case, Riggs and Murtaugh are the only ones with the expertise and experience to stop them. To make things more challenging, Riggs and Murtaugh could be facing health issues related to their age, which would add a new layer of complexity to their efforts to take down the villain. Additionally, their personal lives could be explored further, with Riggs grappling with the loss of his wife and Murtaugh adjusting to life as a grandfather. To inject some fresh energy into the franchise, the movie could introduce new characters such as younger police officers who are more tech-savvy and have a different approach to crime solving. This could lead to some entertaining clashes between the old-school methods of Riggs and Murtaugh and the new tactics of their younger colleagues. Lethal Weapon 5 would need to balance nostalgia with new ideas and fresh perspectives to keep audiences engaged. The chemistry between Mel Gibson and Danny Glover would undoubtedly be a highlight, but the movie would need a compelling story and exciting action sequences to make it a success. Lethal Weapon 5 would be an exciting prospect for fans of the franchise, as it would mark the return of two beloved characters, Martin Riggs and Roger Murtaugh, who have become pop culture icons since the release of the first Lethal Weapon movie in 1987. The movie series has a dedicated fan base who have followed the series over the years. For those fans, the prospect of seeing Mel Gibson and Danny Glover back together on screen as Riggs and Murtaugh would be a nostalgic trip down memory lane. It is known for its adrenaline-fueled action sequences, and a fifth movie would be no exception. Fans can expect plenty of car chases, gunfights, and explosions as Riggs and Murtaugh take on a new threat. Throughout the Lethal Weapon series, Riggs and Murtaugh have evolved as characters, dealing with personal loss, family issues, and the challenges of being cops in a dangerous city. A fifth movie could explore their characters even further, showing how they have adapted to retirement and how they face new challenges. Not just that, to keep the franchise fresh, a fifth movie could introduce new characters who bring a different perspective to the action. This could lead to interesting clashes between the old and the new, creating a dynamic and engaging storyline. If Lethal Weapon 5 is indeed the final movie in the franchise, it would provide closure for fans who have been following Riggs and Murtaugh's journey for over 3 decades. It would be a chance to say goodbye to those beloved characters and to celebrate the legacy of the Lethal Weapon series. While there may be some doubts about how the movie will turn out, the prospect of seeing Riggs and Murtaugh back on the big screen is sure to generate excitement among fans of the franchise. Do let us know in the comments down below if you're excited for the sequel to be released. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up.